passion. It drives you, motivates you, helps you create ideas, overcome obstacles, realize your potential, and then some. It's also the fuel that fires the hearts of nearly 6,000 of India's top young engineering minds as they come here to this ginormous 268-acre natural facility in Pithampur, Madhya Pradesh. And these students are hoping to ride that passion all the way to the podium in the hopes of leaving their mark and influencing the future of the Indian automotive industry. Yes, welcome to the 9th edition, to the grand finale of the Mahindra BAJA SAE India 2016. Over the next half hour, we will meet the teams that embarked on this annual pilgrimage as they design and fabricate a single-seater four-wheeled off-road buggy, all with an aim to clinch top honours. So get ready, buckle up and join me for what promises to be a dirty, grimy, yet adrenaline-pumping ride. But first, let's begin with the story of this event that began 8 years ago. Yes, it's been almost a decade since BAJA SAE came to Indian shores, and boy, has it come a long, long way. The very first edition of BAJA SAE India was held in 2007 and attracted only 27 entries. After a break in 2008, the event has only grown, both in numbers and influence within the student community and the automotive industry. Though it has had to work hard to become the red-letter event that it is today, its purpose hasn't changed.
The objective that we had was that when we started, that we need to bring more excitement, awareness about engineering, passion about engineering, about automotive industry. And it's certainly achieving that.
Through this forum, we are enabling the young generation, engineers to come forward, have their hands on, we're getting them ready, and that would be a biggest contribution to make in India.
It's not just the students here that are gunning for bigger and better. With the organizers having to plan for more than 150 teams this year, the event facilities were expanded and competition procedures were improved to meet global standards.
We are also seeing in terms of the competition and in terms of the participation getting more global, and all the competition benchmark which we are setting forward is on par with global standards.
Throughout the year, our committee keeps on deciding, or we keep on looking back and seeing which department, which area we face problems. So those things, year on year, we keep on recording, and that is the basis on which we work every year. Try to eradicate those particular subjects and keeping the good ones in mind and moving on.
The improvement this year is particularly on account of number of faculty members. They have been trained and their involvement has been much better than previous years.
As far as participants is concerned, I think we cannot handle anymore. 400 teams wanting to participate, 120 making it to the final round here is about what we want to handle. But we just want to work on the amount of sort of involvement the students have, which is very high to begin with. But how do they engineer the product? How do they manufacture, make the prototype? How do they validate the product before it comes here? Like what we will do for our cars when we start designing a car. That's what we want to bring more of.
So whether it's innovation, competition, or simply event quality and production, BAJA SAE India has surely grown by leaps and bounds. And all that hard work by the strong organizational structure and the really driven team has paid off with growing support from the Indian auto industry. Yes, though BAJA SAE India enjoyed ample support earlier, this year really pushed industry participation to a whole new level.
So when we started, we just had 10 sponsors like Mahindra and JK and GM, but now we are around 40 sponsors. So now it's time that we get phone calls from industry saying that, hey, what's this BAJA and we want to sponsor. We never now go and ask them that, why don't you sponsor us?
BAJA has become a big brand now, and I can confidently tell you this. One reason is that industries are coming now. They are realizing that yes, we need to be part of this, because if you talk about innovation, if you talk about new design, if you talk about industrial revolution as a whole, these are going to come through these events.
And as for the brands, OEMs and facility providers, the event's mammoth reach is merely the starting point of the benefits accrued.
For us, This is one of the biggest event in the country, actually fueling the dreams of the young engineers. And over a period of time, the last 10 years, we have seen that this year I believe there are 400 colleges participating. And each of the colleges, I know that the teams will be 10 or 15 people, but there will be 2,000 strong student community of that college will be behind them.
Our real intent is to get our employees involved. So we get our employees involved with the activity, they meet the students, they learn about the cars themselves, they also get engaged in judging, and it helps develop their leadership skills.
This is a direct benefit to NATRIP that we bring people here and they see our track. The vehicle manufacturers see our track, they see what we are doing and what we are going to do.
Yes, of course. We get some branding in the colleges. The students start to see Mahindra in a different light than perhaps what they may have seen before. We are here, we have Mahindra branding. All those are fine, but that's not the primary purpose. Primary purpose is to see if they can contribute to bringing up engineering education towards manufacturing, towards automotive industry.
It's not just the industry that's reaping rewards. Over the years, former participants and now BAJA alumni are eager to return and volunteer. For most of them, this event has proven to be bigger than just an engineering competition.
BAJA is not just a platform wherein you build the buggies and come over here. It's more than that. Here you work on fundamentals of engineering, you learn them, how to apply them to the real world.
The basic thing which you learn is the leadership. You not get to learn that very often. So that is one thing. Second thing is what you learn is the technical things and problem solving skills.
The event itself has changed to a different dynamics. You see entrepreneurs coming out from BAJA. There are many people who have got the confidence from this event that yes, they can do their own. And a different angle to this, there are many people, many teams who have actually realized their passion.
But at its very heart, BAJA SAEINDIA remains a competition. It's an event that tests the acumen of India's future engineers in the real world and not just in examination halls. Over the last 8 years, this event's reach has spread far and wide across India. And today, it's providing an arena for 165 of India's top engineering colleges to come all the way here and battle it out. With over 395 teams in the fray, this was the biggest BAJA event yet. And for all these teams, the journey began with the virtual BAJA, a concept first introduced in 2010. Organized at Chitkara University, students were required to produce digital prototypes. Only 179 teams ended up being selected, out of which nearly 150 made it to this final stage after passing college-level technical inspections. What's interesting, however, is how closely this event mirrors the Indian automobile industry. I'm talking about the buzzword of electric mobility. Last year saw the humble debut of e-BAJA or electric BAJA with only 8 teams participating. This year, more than 24 teams participated and the top 11 are lined up behind me for their final endurance race. We'll only get to know the winners in a couple of moments from now, but till then, here is the e-BAJA story. Introduced in 2015, electric BAJA or e-BAJA for short is here to serve the need of the hour.
So we are looking at the environment becoming a bigger concern and emissions which are there with all the new regulatory framework coming in. This is why we started e-BAJA at SAEINDIA, and thankfully with Mahindra BAJA, which is the electric vehicle manufacturer in India. So they have been able to help us a lot.
I think we need to get a little more excitement about electric vehicles in India. Still the preference for students is to work on the diesel or petrol driven vehicles and not so much electric vehicle. And also there's a cost element because making electric BAJA vehicle cost more, and therefore we need to perhaps find more sponsorship for the students to be able to participate.
3, 2, 1, go!
Like last year, all the teams were supported by Mahindra BAJA with technical assistance, subsidized electrical components and several lessons to get their buggies up and running.
Fundamental service, fundamental thing. बहुत बड़ी-बड़ी चीज़, बड़ी-बड़ी बातें करते हो, but the fundamental basic things are not understood.
Frankly, in case of e-BAJA, you might even see some technology emerging out of colleges because the whole technology is at the infancy stage. And I would be delighted if some college team participating in e-BAJA comes up with a technology that we can take back to our cars and that will be the sort of absolute extreme dream that I would have.
Powered by electric motors running on lithium-ion batteries, the challenge for students was to match the performance of a conventional Baja buggy.
This is our first attempt at e-Baja. As we know, this is the second year e-Baja is being conducted. We didn't really have quite an idea about how the competition is going to be, but somehow we managed to make a car, and we've also incorporated some innovations into our car. We have GPS and connected cars concept also we've tried to incorporate.
Firstly, we've designed the car in such a way that it is very ergonomical, it is very economical. It has got all the safety features which are required for anyone to drive the car or to be as a passenger in the car.
Since June 2015, we built this vehicle. First of all, we designed the vehicle, and then after we analysis, and then we manufacture the whole over vehicle.
The total time duration of the car making is 8 months. We design, fabricate, analyze and work, and we also drive the vehicle of speed of 62 km per hour.
Like their petrol-powered counterparts, the e-Baja teams had to take on all static test events and a few of the dynamic test events, including wading through water. All these tests prepared the teams for the final endurance challenge.
The e-Baja is still in its infancy, and it's going to be a steep learning curve, and that's the reason why the dynamics, yes, they are doing a couple of the dynamic events, but the e-Baja track remains pretty much what we were using a few years ago. And the difficulty in that has increased, by way of the surface of the track. But by and large, it's a twisty track which we've used earlier.
We've taken a look at the track. It seems very difficult than we had imagined it to be. But I think our vehicle is going to make it because it is very sturdy and we have good ground clearance.
This year track is very tough as compared to the last year. So our ground clearance is very high as compared to the last year.
The whole team has taken a lot of efforts. So I think we hope to win, we deserve to win.
I had a great belief on my car and my team. We will win.
Determined to finish and silent yet strong, the e-buggies managed to make their way around the challenging track. An hour or so later, almost all the buggies were still running, clearly signaling a bright future for electric mobility in India. Eventually, with the tests done and points tallied, Team Stallion from the Srimati Kashibai Nawale College of Engineering, Pune, took the title of the best e-Baja team.
With an eye on the future, you can certainly expect the e-Baja events to up their game in the years to come.